we will start from my favorite picture from the game, and that will be this one, the one we see on our screen. But imagine if Eze scored in any other club, like other than Crystal Palace, because he is the former player. Anyhow, the final score is the Gunners Arsenal 1, and this is another picture I liked from yesterday's match. I feel like Gabriel was so excited to score the score set piece, but that did not happen. So final score, Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 0. So I will share some of the points that were raised by Jamie Carragher and one other pundit. So first, let's hear what Arteta said. He described it as a very big and crucial win against a tough opponent. Of course, I was afraid for Arsenal since they faced Crystal Palace, so they went 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League. And Arteta, he celebrated with a fist pump, showing its emotional and competitive significance. Now let's talk about set piece strengths and clinical finishing. So Arsenal's breakthrough came via a set piece goal, and it was described as chaotic but brilliant. So the finish by Eze was highlighted for its adjustment and technique, and that's why I was so excited to see his excitement after the goal. But then he scored against his former club, so that was given. Arsenal now have the most set piece goals. There were 11 in the Premier League, and analysts note that Arsenal are less creative from open play, only 17 for open play goals, but extremely efficient from set pieces. And Declan Rice's delivery quality on free kicks and corners is praised. So when it comes to defensive excellence, they were praising Saliba and Gabriel. So they said they only conceded 3 goals all season. Okay, in a nutshell, Arsenal's defense is statistically the best in the league. That's what they said. Actually, the numbers back this statement. They also conceded only 0.33 goals per game. It's the fewest in the league. Opponents average only 2.1 shots on target per game, and that's it. So when it comes to Gabriel Magalhaes, he is one of my favorite players from Arsenal. So he's singled out as the most influential player in the Premier League right now, and they described him as Arsenal's leader, and they said he's dominant at both ends of the pitch. He defends, and then when it matters, he comes to the front and he scores goals. And they also compared him to legends like John Terry and Virgil van Dijk, and some of them even suggested that he could be, the Premier League's player of the year if Arsenal win the league. If I'm being honest, it's about time that Arsenal win the Premier League, and I don't think anyone would be upset if they did, because for City, they've been winning the league for years. Liverpool, they just won it last season, and then for Manchester United, I'll be happy if they finish top 4, because they've been struggling for the past few years. And for Arsenal, it's only fair for them to win the Premier League. Now let's go to the squad depth and rotation. So despite injuries to Saliba, Tomiyasu and Timber, Arsenal still look solid. The squad depth, it allows for rotation, so players like Mazraoui, Calafiori, Ben White, Luis Kelly, they can fill in defensively, and it's not over. Odegaard, Havertz, Saka, and young talents like Carrots, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, so they provide attacking flexibility. So Arteta's man management and timing of rotation have improved, and he's no longer reckless, or he's not making reckless changes. Now, they said a few things about mentality and maturity. They said Arsenal now show a champion's mentality because they're winning even when they're not playing at their best. They're comfortable in ugly or chaotic matches. They value clean sheets as much as scoring goals, and they've learned from last season's title collapse. That means they're more savvy, and they're taking measured risks, and their decisions are more controlled. So the emphasis was on Arsenal's beliefs, the Gunners' characters, and emotional consistency across the squad. So they also, of course, compare them to other teams. Currently Liverpool are struggling. They lost their fourth consecutive game in the Premier League. So at the same time, they underline Arsenal's consistency. Liverpool are not consistent. At least they're consistent when it comes to losing. So pundits, they argue Arsenal are the best equipped team to win the Premier League this season. They say they can handle direct physical teams. The team is built more like a Mourinho era Chelsea or George Graham Arsenal team. I hope the George Graham one is the same. So that is to say they're disciplined, physical and efficient. So if City or Liverpool lost key players like Haaland or Van Dijk, their challenge might collapse. But when it comes to Arsenal's depth and structure give them an advantage. So the overall consensus is Arsenal are maturing into a complete title-ready side. They're balanced between attack and defense. They're resilient under pressure, and they're dangerous on set pieces and consistent in clean sheets. So they agree in general. They agree it's Arsenal's title to lose. That means if Arsenal did not win the Premier League, it's their fault, because now they're more than ready. Because, if you think about it, Liverpool, they lost on Saturday. City lost on Sunday, yesterday. Now, Arsenal are leading the league. And then when it comes to the other teams, okay, so Bournemouth, they are in second place. And then Sunderland is in third place. It doesn't even sound real, right? So that's what's happening in the Premier League.